I'm Nadine Vosloo, and in this Tjhoko Paint How-To video, I'm going to show you how to create texture on various surfaces using Tjhoko Paint's Stencil of Paris. We are going to start this creative journey by adding texture on a canvas. Now remember, when you Tjhoko, it's all about fun and being creative. Whether you are an amateur or an artist, you can create something beautiful. I'm going to start on a canvas, and this can be done either on a blank canvas where you do want to create texture, or on a surface that's already been painted, and we've actually prepared this one so that you can see the texture better on a darker surface, as the Stencil of Paris is a white paste. But if you want more inspiration, we have a Stencil of Paris paste video that shares more ideas. I'm going to use palette knives, various shapes and sizes, and I'm just going to have fun. So, scoop and create. Now this can be a creative process and color can be added, or it can be used as the base of the artwork that still needs to follow. I'm just going to add some color on top of this. And in an instance, I will have some art, some more white paste. And you enjoy the journey and the process. Nice tip is wait in between coats for your first coat to dry before you start applying the next. This technique can also be applied to walls, a stunning way of creating texture to walls with paint colors. And we have art with texture in a few seconds. You can be creative and add your own creative flair. This is such an easy and effective way of adding texture. First, I'm going to clean my table and then I'll show you. So pretend this board in front of me is an empty wall, a blank canvas, and you are now going to create texture on it. It can be as easy as using an old piece of cardboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop some Stencil of Paris paste onto the edge of my cardboard. And this now you can do to a wall area. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this piece of cardboard with my Stencil of Paris onto my wall surface. The texture currently on the wall doesn't matter. It can be a roughly plastered surface, it can be a smooth wall. There are no rules. Just drag it down, change direction. Use your paint scraper to add in any texture and areas where nothing is happening. I love to use this method as a way of creating texture on a wall before applying any other technique. This creates beautiful texture so that you actually can emphasize color on a very bland surface. An idea: if you have a trowel, lovely tool to use, and then you just follow the same steps. You can even, like we mentioned in a video where we showed steps and tricks with Stencil of Paris, add Tjhoko colors to your Stencil of Paris. And when you do the troweling effect, already have color mixed in your Stencil of Paris paste. And there you have a beautiful foundation with some texture. Continue watching. At the end, we will show wall areas that we've created as focal walls using this technique. Next, we have an all decor item that can be upcycled into looking more earthy and authentic. I am going to scoop some Stencil of Paris into a mixing tray and add a little bit of water to my paste, just to make it more runny. Please take note, I have cleaned my decor item before I've started this process with some lacquer thinners. There's a lovely video that shows how to clean and prepare different surfaces. I mix my paste and water well. So what I want to accomplish is a more runny consistency and texture with a stencil of Paris. Not too runny though, but just easier to apply onto the smooth surface. I can use both a palette knife and a paintbrush to apply the stencil of Paris onto my very smooth item, and this will create texture. And here the stencil of Paris has dried on my decor item. I'm now going to add some Tjhoko colors. I'm using a kitchen sponge, and on the one end I'm adding some Elvis mix, and on the other end I'm using some Super Sunette. I'm going to start the dabbing process. So I dab colors together. First the Elvis mix, Super Sunette. Take my clean sponge, blend the colors, and I play between dark and light to reach that earthy tone. Now remember, color is a personal preference, and you use colors that make you happy. And just to add some lightness to what I've already created, I'm just going to use a drop of David. The nice thing about the Tjhoko range is that it is available in different sizes depending on the size of your project. So I just want to make sure that there's some lightness on my surface, just to accentuate detail. And I'm playing between the two pieces of foam, sponges, just to create the perfect finish. This is playful, it's enjoyable, it's a creative process, and it's a process of upcycling and recycling. You have reached the end of this video. If you liked it, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notifications. Till next time.